What if I told you there's a little-known vitamin that could protect your heart, strengthen your bones, and even help you live longer? Yet almost every senior is ignoring it. Let me ask you something. Did you take your vitamin today? No. I'm not talking about your calcium or B12. I'm talking about the one vitamin that could actually help you live longer. And yet most seniors are completely ignoring it. Surprising, right? Let me paint the picture. You've got people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s spending hundreds of dollars on supplements. But when we run their lab tests, this one vitamin is almost always low. And here's the kicker. It's not just nice to have. Studies are showing this vitamin plays a critical role in heart health, bone strength, immune support, and even preventing chronic diseases. It's like having a life-saving parachute and choosing not to use it. So, what is it? Vitamin K2. Not to be confused with K1, which helps with blood clotting, vitamin K2 is a silent guardian that helps shuttle calcium into the bones, where it belongs and keeps it out of your arteries, where it can do serious damage. Yet barely anyone is talking about it. Why? That's exactly what we're going to uncover today. We'll explore why seniors overlook this powerful nutrient, how it impacts your longevity, where to find it naturally, and whether supplementation is right for you. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to make a smart, simple change that could add years, not just to your life, but to your quality of life. Why vitamin K2 is a game changer for longevity. Now, let's get into the science, but don't worry, I'll keep it simple. Vitamin K2 works like a traffic cop for calcium in your body. Think about it. You're probably taking calcium or getting it through dairy for your bones, right? Great. But without K2, that calcium might end up in the wrong places, like your arteries, kidneys, or soft tissues. This misplacement is linked to heart disease. Calcium buildup in arteries leads to stiffness and blockage, kidney stones. Excess calcium can accumulate in kidneys, osteoporosis. Bones don't get the calcium they need, becoming fragile. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. K2 activates two proteins. Osteocalcin sends calcium into your bones. Matrix Glay protein, MGP, prevents calcium from sticking in your arteries. When both of these proteins are inactive because of K2 deficiency, your body basically becomes a calcium traffic jam. That's why researchers are starting to see K2 as a crucial nutrient for healthy aging, and the evidence is growing. In one Dutch study that followed people for 10 years, those with higher K2 intake had less arterial calcification of 50% lower, risk of dying from heart disease and stronger bones overall. Let that sink in. This one vitamin could reduce your risk of two of the biggest threats to senior health, heart attacks and fractures. Still wondering why so many are missing out on it? That's what we'll dive into next. Why most seniors ignore this life-extending vitamin. Now you might be wondering, if vitamin K2 is so powerful, why haven't more people heard about it? Here's the truth. K2 is a nutritional underdog, and there are three major reasons why it's being ignored, especially by seniors. It's not in multivitamins. Most standard multivitamins only contain vitamin K1, which helps with blood clotting. But K2, it's rarely included, and if it is, it's in such tiny amounts that it doesn't make a real difference. It's not in our modern diet. Is found in foods like aged cheeses, grass-fed meats, egg yolks, and fermented foods like natto, a Japanese soybean dish. But let's be real. How many seniors in the West are eating natto or grass-fed liver every week? Our diets have moved away from the very foods that naturally contain K2. Doctors don't always talk about it. The medical world is catching up. But slowly. K2 isn't part of routine blood panels, so deficiencies often go unnoticed. Plus, since it's not classified as essential like vitamin D or iron, it doesn't get much attention, despite its enormous impact on long-term health. And here's a bonus reason: confusion with blood thinners. Some seniors are told to limit vitamin K because of medications like warfarin. But the key difference is that this applies to K1, not necessarily K2, and under medical supervision, K2 can often still be safely taken. Bottom line, K2 has flown under the radar, but you don't have to ignore it anymore. How to naturally boost your vitamin K2 levels. Okay, so now that we know why vitamin K2 is so important, let's talk about how you can actually get more of it naturally and safely. Add K2-rich foods to your diet. Some of the best sources include natto, very high in K2, but an acquired taste. Aged cheeses like Gouda and Brie grass-fed, butter and meat egg yolks from pasture-raised chickens, fermented foods like sauerkraut. If you're already eating some of these, great. But most people would need to eat large quantities to reach optimal K2 levels, especially for therapeutic benefits. Consider a high-quality K2 supplement. There are two main types, MK4 and MK7. MK4 is shorter-acting and needs multiple doses per day. MK7 is longer-lasting, 24-hour absorption, and usually the better choice for seniors. Dosages between 90 to 200 micrograms per day are typically recommended for general health. But always consult your doctor, especially if you're on medications. Combine it with vitamin D3. This is a powerhouse combo. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, but K2 tells that calcium where to go. Taking them together enhances their benefits and protects against potential risks of improper calcium usage. Remember, we're not talking about miracle cures. We're talking about filling a nutrient gap that may be quietly undermining your health. And it's easier than you think. Simple steps to live longer, healthier. If you're serious about aging well, living longer, and staying independent, then vitamin K2 deserves a spot on your radar. This isn't hype. This is a scientifically backed, easy-to-implement change that could protect your heart, strengthen your bones, and reduce your risk of some of the most common issues seniors face. Your choices today decide whether you'll live a life of energy or struggle with heart disease, meds, and hospital visits. So let's make smart choices together. Your health is your greatest wealth. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments, how many eggs do you eat each week? And what will you change after watching this? Stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll see you in the next video.